أنما هو إله واحد وليذكر أولو الألباب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Can you hear my voice? Okay, then divorce that one. Sure. Okay, what was the last issue we discussed in Nahu? Naam? Oh, nobody come with Allah Mustan. Did I say I would do fiqh today? Oh, today is fiqh class. Allah Mustan. So nobody brings a Nahu book. You brought? Okay, just be patient today. Forgive us for that, how can I call it, thought. I thought we were supposed to have Nahu today. I was going to actually propose the fiqh class, but since I did not say it, then I wrote Nahu. I thought maybe everyone is going to bring Nahu, let's go with Nahu. No problem, inshallah. Let us learn something about it, and we will come back to the fiqh, inshallah. Inshallah. If you have not bring the book, just write a note. I might be using the board more than usual, inshallah. Okay, what was the last issue, if you can remember, we discussed in Nahu? Who can remember the last issue we discussed? Al-I'rab. Which part of I'rab? The beginning of it, right? Okay. What is I'rab? تغيير أواخر الكلمة لاختلاف العوامل الداخلة عليها. Okay, to refresh our mind, let me go a little bit behind and revise what we did, and then we move forward, inshallah, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Please, let's all participate, all of us. I guess we study al-Kalam wa aqsamuhu, true, right? Kalam and the types of Kalam, we did that, right? Assalamu alaikum. We studied Kalam and also the types of Kalam, right? This is just revision. I want to revise from the beginning until we reach the last thing. we studied Kalam and the Aqsamul Kalam. Aqsamul Kalam means that the types, the component of the Kalam. What is Kalam? What is Kalam? هو اللفظ المركب المفيد بالوضع. Do we remember this? Inshallah. اللفظ المركب المفيد بالوضع. Okay. And in every part of this, please, I want one person to talk. And if you talk, you don't talk again. Somebody will take initiative. I will not point out names. This is based on, how do you say, fardu kifaya. If one does it, then the rest is okay. If nobody does it, then I will choose, inshallah. When I say kalam, هو اللفظ المركب المفيد بالوضع. اللفظ المركب المفيد بالوضع. When I say lafz, I'm sorry, when I say al-lafz, what do I mean by lafz? One person. I want everyone to participate, so one person is. What do I mean by lafz? النطق باللسان. اللفظ ما يتلفظ به. Good, ممتاز. اللفظ يعني إيش? What you say. Yeah, it has to be said. So if let's say I wrote a letter to one of you, do we call it kalam? Do we call it kalam? No. But it is kalam according to the culture, right? I told you, and I did not say it by my tongue, but I wrote it, and I can say I told you. Culturally, it's okay, and it is kalam. But for the nahwiyun, they don't accept this to be kalam. Do you get the idea? It is kalam, but according to the Nahu people, the scholars of Nahu, the kalam to them is the only thing you say with your tongue. When you don't say it, you write it, or you say it by sign. You see the Lugatul Ishara, you indicate. It is not kalam. Although according to the culture, it is kalam. But according to the Nuhat, it is not kalam at all. You get it? So that's the reason why he said al-lafdhu, yani ma yutalaffadhu bihi, what you say. So what you did not say it, but you write it down, the nuhat, they don't call it what? Kalam. I'm sure this is clear, inshallah. Okay, good. Al-murakkab. Who can tell us something about this? Not the one who talked. Al-murakkab. When I say murakkab, yani? Must be more than one. Good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. Must be more than one. Murakkab means you have two words and you put them all together, right? Al-murakkab. Al-lafdhu al-murakkab. So if I say Zayd, if I say Qum, is it kalam? Okay, is it kalam? Yes. The one who told us the correct answer, she said no. So let us ask, why did you say no? Is it kalam when I say qum? It looks like everyone agrees except one. So the one who doesn't agree, why do you say no? Oh, now you join the group. Why do you say no? Did you go with it, or you accept what everyone said then? Accept it. Okay, good. Why do we agree? She said it has to be murakkab, right? Murakkab means, which is having two words in it, right? Tarkib yani, you have two things, you put them all together, then kalam will come. But here I said qum. What makes it kalam? Because there is something hidden, right? So qum what? Anta. How about istaqim? Anta. Istaqama. Huwa. Something like that. So it is still, we're going within the qaida, the definition which says it has to be two. Because this one is two, but the Arabs, they like to say it in this way. When the hidden component is known to everyone, they don't need to bring it out. I told you one bait from Al-Fiyyah ibn Malik. He says, وَحَذْفُ مَا يُعْلَمُ جَائِزٌ كَمَا تَقُولُ زَيْدٌ بَعْدَ مَنْ عِنْدَكُمَا. To delete And to remove something that is known to the one that you're speaking to is okay according to the Arabs. You don't need to mention it. Yeah. You don't need to mention it. If he already knows what you're going to say, why do you say it then? Yeah. Al-lafdhu al-murakkab al-mufid. What does that mean? This is somebody who did not talk, right? Okay. Meaning? Meaningful. Something that benefits, right? If I say Zaidun, do I have benefit in it? Huh? Yeah, so that's benefit, right? But is it kalam according to the Nuhat? No. Because it doesn't give you something new. Unless if you are calling him. If I say Zaid, yani, there is something hidden here. It's like tunadi Zaidan, unadi Zaidan. But if I'm not using it as a nida, if I'm not calling, I'm not inviting him, I just say Zaid, what do we benefit from it? Nothing. Is that clear? We benefit nothing from it. Al-mufid bil-wad'i. Okay, the last. Al-wad'a. Why did they say al-mufid bil-wad'i? What is al-wad'u? I think we agree that one answer at a time. Thanks. That shows that somebody is very serious in learning, but let them also try. Thank you very much for trying twice. Al-wad'u, yani? Nobody knows it. You have 5 seconds to talk. Understood by the Arabs. So anything that Arabs understand, now the Arabs, they understand the English language, right? So do we call it kalam according to the Nuhat? They don't call it kalam, right? So the one that is understood, I get what you're trying to say, it is the one that is understood by the Arab to be part of the Arabic language, to be part of the language. This is the يعني الوضع العربي بالوضع العربي, and you talk in the way Arab talks. You don't mention something which they don't mention. Those who participate and those who did not participate also. How many? I need somebody who did not talk. أقسام الكلام, كم قسم we have للكلام? ثلاثة. Good. How many are they? ثلاثة. What are they? اسم فعل حرف. What is اسم? When I say ism, what do you understand from that? Okay, translate ism. What is ism in English? Noun, right? Okay. Fi'l, what is fi'l? Sharing? Oh, action. Okay, I heard sharing, so I don't know what were we sharing here. Okay, action, the verb, right? What is harf? Accusation? Okay, proposition. Or a letter. When we say harf, we're talking about which harf here? Ismun wa fa'ilun thumma harfun. Harfu ma'na, right? We're talking about harf. Are we talking about harf al-hijai or harf al-ma'na? Harf al-ma'na, not harf min huruf al-hijai, right? Okay, good. How do we recognize ism? Or whenever we see a word with tanween, that means name. Right? ما هي علامات الاسم؟ Dhamma, التنوين, good one. الألف واللام, good. القاف, I didn't get. It doesn't come. Hamza, what did you hear? Nothing. Okay. So if somebody closer to you did not hear, that means you should forgive. I did not. Say it again. Where I have tanween and I have alif wal lam and I have qaf. Oh, al-khafd. Okay, al-khafd. Good. Then huruf al-jar. Good. Then what else? Idafa. Good. Did we even mention idafa? Or, okay, no problem. Accept. Ijtihad maqbul here also. جواز كونه فاعلا مفعولا جواز الإخبار عنه and then حرف القسم. This is one of the حروف الجر يعني. حروف القسم كلها من علامات الاسم. Okay, let us take some examples. Good. All that you mentioned is good. Alhamdulillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. Can somebody give me an example of ism? Okay. An example? Muhammadun. Why is it ism? Because it accepts tanween, right? Put it in jumla. Put it in a sentence. The same person who said Muhammad. Put it in the sentence. ذهب محمد إلى المدرسة or إلى مدرسة, right? It can also. But ذهب محمد إلى المدرسة. ذهب فعل, right? Okay, Muhammad ism. Why? Because of tanween. And there is another alama also with it. What is that? No, Muhammad itself. Jawaz, somebody says fa'il, right? فاعل لأنه فاعل, so جواز كونه فاعلا. ذهب محمد إلى المدرسة. المدرسة اسم. How many علامات it has? How many علامات? How many علامات? 3. I already gave you, just say it. We have 3 علامات, right? Number 1, alif wal lam. Number 2, al-khafdu. Number 3, no, tanween doesn't go with madrasa. ذهب محمد إلى المدرسة. حرف الجر. You cannot have alif wal lam and tanween at the end. One of them has to take place in. So ذهب محمد إلى المدرسة. So we have 3 alamat with it, right? Number 1, alif wal lam. Number 2, حرف الجر. Number 3, al-khafdu. Yeah. So all of these alamat of al-ism. How about fi'l? How do you recognize fi'l? How many alamat it has? How many alamat? Everyone can say, no problem. Qaf. Oh, qad. Okay. Qad, sin, sawfa, ta'u ta'nith, as-sakina. Okay, then. Ta'ul mutakallim. What else? No, these are some of the af'al. Because they accepted one of those signs, that's why they call them af'al. Qad goes with what kind of fi'l? Madi and mudari. Qad alima, qad ya'lamu. Right. Sin goes with mudari. Right. Mudari or madi? مضارع سيعلمون كلا سوف تعلمون. It doesn't go with ماضي. Why not? Why can't it go with ماضي? ماضي للمستقبل Sin and sawfa lil mustaqbal, for something للتنفيس, they say, right? Tanfis, and you have some respite, something that should take place afterward. And Madi already happened long ago, right? When he said Saqad, I'm sorry, Sa'alima, it doesn't go with the Arabic language in it. So these are some of the things I guess we said. So let us move to the new lesson for today. We mentioned that Al-I'rab هو إيش؟ الإعراب هو تغير أواخر الكلمة لاختلاف العوامل الداخلة عليها لفظا أو تقديرا. So Al-I'rab, so now we learn about name, and we learn about noun and verb, and what else? And huruf, letters, right? Or حرف معنى, as the صاحب الملحة mentioned it. So those huruf that we're talking about, like hal, bal, min, ila, huruf al-jar and others. So we know all of these. So Sheikh began the new lesson with I'rab, and we said I'rab is تغير أو تغير أواخر الكلمة لاختلاف العوامل الداخلة عليها لفظا أو تقديرا. We said Nahu is always dealing with the last part of the word, the last part of the word, unlike the sarf, contrary to the sarf. Nahu is dealing with the last part of the word. So sometimes the word will be madmum, sometimes it will be mansub, sometimes it will be majroor. So sometimes it takes this and sometimes it takes that. The cause of that change, this is what we call إعراب. لاختلاف العوامل الداخلة عليها. إن الإنسان خلق هلوعا. You see, insan become insana. إن الإنسان. I do not say إن الإنسان. إن الإنسان خلق هلوعا. In another place, when I use insan, the same word, but I do not say insana, I said insanu. خلق الإنسان ضعيفا وخلق الإنسان ضعيفا وخلق الإنسان ضعيفا. هذا من الإنسان. هذا من الإنسان. You see, at the first time you have inna with insan, then it becomes insana, mansub. Do you get that? The last part of insan, I make it nasba. It becomes insana. But sometimes also I use it, I put Dhamma on it because of the amil that works with it. So the first one that was inna, one of the jobs of inna is to make the name that comes right after it mansub. Do you get it? We will learn about this inshallah. What I want you to understand is the changes that is taking place, the change that is taking place at the last part of the word. Don't pay attention to the amil itself. We will talk about it later on. This is not the time. What you should understand now is a word can take these changes. Sometimes it will be mansub, sometimes it will be marfu, sometimes it will be majroor. Why is it like that? Why can't just why can't they be straightforward? Just have one sign for a word. Khalas, Dhamma, Dhamma. Wherever you see it, it is Dhamma. There are some letters like that. They don't accept any change. So they're trying to tell you Al-I'rab, when an Arab man says I'rab, he's talking about the change that is taking place at the last part of a word. Why do we have this change? We will see, we will learn later on. Do you get the idea? So again, what I want you to understand is that there is a change that is taking place at the last part of the word sometimes. You get it? This change that is taking place at the last part of the word, this is what they call what? I'rab. This is what is called I'rab. Like I said, innal insana, because of inna, insan become insana, na. And sometimes I put فعل مبني للمجهول, I said خلق instead of خلق. خلق. When I say خلق, this is الفعل مبني للمجهول. We will learn about that. Don't pay attention on it. We will learn it inshallah later on. But this is what is called مبني للمجهول. Because of its existence before a name, this name insan become marfu, because it is replacing what? The fa'il. You see, I was supposed to say خلق الله الإنسان. Allah created human being ajula, da'ifa, in a state of weakness. But I remove the word Allah. I brought forward the insan. So insan replaces the place of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this jumla. Get it? So it takes the same nature that the word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes according to the language. So Allah, خلق الله, you see Allah is marfu'. Al-insana supposed to be mansub. But when I erase the name Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I bring also, I said the word insanu wa khuliqa al-insanu da'ifa. So the point is, now the word insan, before it was mansub, but now it became madmum because of the amil. Amil means something, a word that is connected to it, which usually changes the nature of another word. And sometimes I will say, رأيت هذا من الإنسان. I saw this from a human being. هذا يحصل من الإنسان. You see, من الإنساني. I did not say insana and I did not say insanu. I said insani. So the point is, as I said, you to understand that sometimes there is a change that is taking place at the last part of a word because of the word that is connected to that particular word. Is that clear? This change is the thing that is called i'rab. So next time when I say i'rab, you already know what it means. It means the changes at the last part of a word. Is that clear? Sure, inshallah. So I guess last time we talked about all of these this type of changes, and Aqsamul I'rab. Did we talk about the Aqsamul I'rab? How many qism we have for I'rab? 4. What are they? I did not hear. We have raf'un wa nasbun wa khafdun wa jazmun. We have raf'un wa nasbun wa khafdun wa jazmun. What is raf'? Dhamma, right? Like ar-rajulu. What is nasb? Fatha, like al-insana. Good. What is al-khafd? Al-jar, right? What example for that? Minal insani, right? Minal insani, that's a jar. What is al-jazm? That's sukoon, right? Example for sukoon? Lam yaqum. Yaqum, you see the last part of it is sukoon. So these are the 4 components of i'rab. So when we are dealing with i'rab, we are dealing with how many things? 4 things. Is that clear? Alhamdulillah. Please don't keep quiet if you don't understand, right? There is no point of moving if there is somebody who doesn't understand. Please don't keep quiet and talk in the class. You get it? Just raise up your hand. I will give you a chance to ask your question. Then I will explain it before we move forward, inshallah. So the new lesson for today, I will try to summarize it. And it's a little bit long, so I will take some part of it, inshallah. So it is very simple and very easy, but it just needs your focus, your attention, inshallah. قال باب معرفة علامات الإعراب. So last time we learned about i'rab, the definition, and the components or the pillars of i'rab. So now we are going to learn the signs of i'rab, علامات الإعراب. What are the علامات الإعراب? قال المؤلف رحمه الله: للرفع 4 علامات. 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 Do you get that? I think by now you should memorize it. I repeat it how many times? Almost 5 or 6 times. للرفع 4 علامات. Remember we said the components of i'rab are 4. The first one we mentioned is ar-raf'u, right? The second one is an-nasbu. The third one is al-khafdu, and then al-jazmu. So now what Sheikh is trying to do is to give you the alamat of each and every one of them. You remember last time also he says Kalam yanqasimu ila thalathata aqsam, right? Kalam yanqasimu ila thalathata aqsam, al-ism wal-fi'l wal-harf. Is that clear? And then he came one by one, he gave you the alamat of each and every one of them. He gave you the alamat al-ism, alamat al-fi'l, and alamat al-harf. He says wal-harfu, he says harf has 10 alamat, right? How many alamat harf has? No alama for harf, right? I just want to make sure that you're awake. So just like the way he did with the aqsamul kalam, here also he is doing with the aqsamu al-i'rab. He says lil-i'rabi kam qism arba'atu aqsam وهو الرفع والنصب وإيش والخفض والجزم. فالآن now he's going to explain to you the alamat, the sign you should use to understand al-raf'u, and then he will come back to the nasb, he will come back to the jazm, he will come back to the khafd. Do you get it? So now we are dealing with only one qism, which is what? Al-raf'u. How do I recognize the raf'u at the last part of a word? Is that clear? How do I recognize al-raf'u at the last part of a word? Is that clear? Yes. قال للرفع أربع علامات. The رفع has 4 alamat. للرفع أربع علامات. The رفع has how many alamat? 4 alamat. وهي الضمة الضمة والواو والألف والنون. الضمة وهي الضمة والواو والألف والنون. وهي الضمة والواو والألف والنون. So we have how many alamat for al-raf'u? 4. So the main qism, the pillar is al-raf'u. What is the sign for it? 4 signs for it, right? The first one is al-dhamma. The second one, al-waw. The third one, al-alif. The fourth one, an-nun. Okay, you see these 4 alamat. Sheikh mentioned that some of them are asliya. Asliya, I think even in Malay, asliya is the original, right? Asliya means the original. And some of them are na'iba. Na'iba means like na'iba mudir. Na'iba mudir, the one who replaces the deputy prime minister, something like that, or deputy rector or deputy dean. He's not the real dean, right? But he's the one who is replacing the deen in that area, right? So when you say asliya wa na'iba, asliya is only one. Asliya means the original alama for the rafa is only one, which is ad-dhamma. So write in bracket in front of dhamma asliya. It means it is the only the original sign for ar-rafa. The only original sign for rafa is ad-dhamma. Do you get it? So it's the only original sign for ar-rafa. That's what? Ad-dhamma. Wal-baqiya kulluha na'iba. Kulluha nawa'ib. So you have al-waw, you have al-nun, you have al-alif. These are the replacement. They are replacing what? The dhamma. If the dhamma cannot exist, one of these will replace it. Is that clear? If the dhamma cannot exist, one of these will replace it. Should I repeat? So we have 4 alamat for ar-raf'u. Number 1 is the dhamma. Number 2 is al-waw. Number 3 al-alif. Number 4 an-nun. Mumtaz. Is that clear? Inshallah. So how many of them are asliya? 1. Which one is that? Al-alif, right? Okay, ad-dhamma. Good. How many of them are far'iyya? 3. That's the nawa'ib, right? You have al-alif, والنون والواو. Is that clear to everyone? Inshallah. Good. قال أربع علامات الضمة هي الأصل والباقي نيابة عن الضمة فالأصل إذن أن الرفع يكون بالضمة تقول محمد. Example محمد. You say محمد. You see Muhammadun. When I say Muhammadun, you see there is Dhamma here. So I have the Dhamma here. And this is the Asl. You say Zaydun. You see the Dhamma is here. So whenever you can put the Dhamma at the last part of the word, you don't bring the replacement. Is that clear? So الأصل هو إيش؟ الضمة. محمد ما إعرابه؟ Let's say قال محمد. قال محمد. محمد is what? Fa'il. Right, the one who said the statement, right? So the action comes from Muhammad. Muhammad fa'ilun marfu'un. If I ask you to do i'rab for Muhammad, you will tell me Muhammad is fa'il. Marfu'un, you see, you don't say madmum, you say marfu'un. Fa'ilun marfu'un. Wa alamatu raf'ihi, and the sign for this raf'a is what? الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. I will repeat. When I ask you قال زيد قال محمد قالت فاطمة قالت كريمة قالت عائشة قالت بشيرة, when I ask you about the i'rab for Muhammad, Karima, Bashira, you get it. You tell me Muhammad here is fa'il. Do you get it? Fa'il. We will learn about fa'il later on. But just to understand why is it Dhamma here and why did we put Dhamma? We don't put any other sign. Yeah. قال محمد here is فاعل. ما هي علامة الإعراب؟ ما إعرابه؟ أنه فاعل مرفوع. الرفع قسم من أقسام الإعراب. الرفع is one of the four, right? How many pillars we have? Four. الرفع أنش النصب والخفض الجزم. We have four pillars. So one of them is al-raf'u. That's the name. Don't say al-dhamma. Dhamma is a sign for the raf'a. You get it? Although it gives the same meaning according to the culture, dhamma, raf'a, the same. But according to the nuhat, they're very accurate. When they talk about i'rab, they said the i'rab is annahu fa'ilun marfu'. When you just say marfu', everyone knows that there is raf'a on it. Either you put the sign which is asli, where is it? Dhamma here. So here is Muhammad fa'il marfu'un bid-dhammat wa alamatu raf'i. Wa alamatu raf'i means, and the sign for its raf'a is what? Ad-dhammatu adh-dhahiratu ala akhirih. The dhamma that you put, which is also apparent, we can see it, right? Ad-dhammatu adh-dhahiratu ala akhirih. Is that clear? This is how we should do i'rab. Next time, inshallah, I'm going to give you a word and I ask you to do i'rab. This is what you will say. فاعل أو مفعول وعلامة رفعه وعلامة نصبه وعلامة خفضه الجرة أو something like that. So here فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه إيش؟ الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. Do you get the idea? So we say like this. It is marfu' and the sign for the rafa is the dhamma that we see on top of the last letter of it. And we can see it. It is apparent. It is not something that is hidden. قال وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. Likewise, when you say زيد بكر خالد فاطمة, the same thing. The next one is al-waw. Waw is replacing what? The dhamma. The dhamma is the asl. So waw is replacing the dhamma. Example for waw? Al-Muslimuna. You have, for example, Al-Muslimun. You have al-muslimuna. جاء المسلمون. جاء المسلمون. جاء المسلمون. المسلمون ما إعرابه؟ فاعل. وفاعل الفاعل يكون ايش؟ مرفوع. فاعل means the one who does an act, and it is always مرفوع. فاعل is always مرفوع. If the raf'a can, if the dhamma can, it is always marfu. Whether the dhamma can come or it doesn't come, we make it marfu. So this fa'il marfu, is it madmum? Is it madmum? No, right? Because we are looking at the last word. How is it? Mansub, right? So here we have fa'il. It is fa'il. It's supposed to be al-muslimun munu. Do the Arabs talk like this? They don't say that, right? They say Muslimun, right? So where's the Dhamma? Because if it is fa'il, it has to be madmum. Where is the Dhamma? No Dhamma here, right? So here we cannot put Dhamma here. It goes against the language of the Arabs. So we bring the replacement, and the replacement is the waw. Yeah. Marfu'un bish bil waw. So you say fa'ilun مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو. Do you get it? So here we don't bring the dhamma, but we bring the na'ib. What is the na'ib? Wow. Okay, the next one is alif, right? Next one is alif. Hamza, do you have any other marker? Not this. MashaAllah. I'll give you the good one, mashallah. This is for the kids. Okay, October. Oh, good. You see here, qama, this is fail, right? Ar-rajulani. Ar-rajulani. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قال رجلان من الذين يخافون. In Surah Al-Ma'idah, قال رجلان. This رجلان, ما إعرابه? When I say ما إعرابه, it means what is the إعراب? ما إعرابه? فاعل, right? And we say فاعل is always مرفوع. Where is the رفع here? It doesn't come, right? Because it cannot come. قال رجلان, they don't say like this. قال رجلان, this is how they talk. So what is the replacement? The replacement is the alif here. Do you understand? Alif نيابة عن الضمة. نيابة عن الضمة. نيابة عن الضمة means as a replacement for the ضمة. فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو نيابة عن الضمة. Should I repeat? فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو نيابة عن الضمة. This one فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الألف نيابة عن الضمة. When I say نيابة, نيابة means as a replacement for something. نيابة عن الضمة as a replacement for the ضمة. The dhamma is the asl, is the original sign, right? But there are replacements. Sometimes you're not around, somebody will replace you, right? So when this one disappeared, then we bring the replacement in. Is that clear? Which one is the last one? the noon, no? You have here the example given. الرجال الرجال يقومون الرجال يقومون الرجال فاعل. Okay, مبتدا. We will learn this inshallah later on. But who did the qiyam? They did the qiyam, right? So يقومون خبر. Okay. This يقومون, is it مرفوع? This is فعل, right? And فعل المضارع usually is what? مضموم. Something comes and change it. But here, do we maintain the dhamma on it? الفعل المضارع يقول يقوم يكتب يجلس, it's all مضموم. But this one I don't have the dhamma here, right? Do I have it at the last part of the word? No. So where is the dhamma then? Is it wow? An-noon. Yeah. An-noon. We will learn inshallah this by passage of the time inshallah. So here the replacement is what? Is noon. Niyabatan an ad-dhamma. Niyabatan an ad-dhamma. So I will repeat again. We have how many qism lil-i'rab? 4. What are they? Ad-dhamma? No. Al-raf'a? Al-raf'u? Wal-nasbu? Wal-khafdu? Wal-jazmu. Okay, it looks like I'm the only one who is saying them. How many qism we have for i'rab? 4. Al-raf'u? Okay, although I did not understand anything except the last one, but alhamdulillah, it's a good sign that people are following. So we have 4. So now we are talking about the sign for what? For the first one, which is al-raf'u, right? And he says the raf'a has 10 signs minus 6. Is it true? How many signs is it? Yeah, I said 10 minus 6. What does that mean? 4. So we have 4, right? Number 1, الضمة وهي الفرعية. No, وهي الأصلية. ليست هي النائبة. وهي الأصلية. Number 2, الواو. Number 3, الألف. Number 4, النون. So when I say قال محمد فاعل مرفوع بإيش؟ وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. So I put the dhamma because it is possible, right? When I say جاء المسلمون, جاء المعذرون, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say جاء المعذرون. المسلمون فاعل مرفوع بإيش؟ مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الواو ولا النون؟ الواو وعلامة رفعه الواو. نيابة عن الضمة. When I say قام الرجلان فاعل وعلامة رفعه الألف نيابة عن الضمة. الألف نيابة عن الضمة. How about this one? رجلان, the same case, right? How about the last one? الرجال يقومون. This one فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه النون. وعلامة مرفوع وعلامة رفعه النون نيابة عن الضمة. Yes. What is the question? Yeah. يقومون. Yeah, the noon. Oh, I said wow. Okay, that's mistaken. No, no, this one inshallah will come. What I just want you to know now is the replacement. Why do we have alif here? We don't talk about that, right? Why do we have wow here? We didn't talk about that. So now our job is just to understand the example. We don't go into the detail because each and every one of them will come. Like fi, you said this one is fa'il. What is fa'il? We didn't talk about, although we know what is fa'il, but we did not come to the lesson. So the most important thing is just to know that these are the replacement, or these are the alamat for the raf'a, and this is how we place them in. Also the example, just trying to show you that this is how they exist, regardless of the reason and the cause of their existence, but this is how they existed in the world. Inshallah. It will come bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. You will do it yourself, inshallah. Any more question? Any more question? Okay, asli means the original. Oh, I have to write lamstan. Asli is the original. And naib is like the far'i. We have Aqsam al-I'rab. You're doing jihad. Aqsam al-I'rab, what are they? Al-Raf'u, Al-Nasbu, Al-Khafdu, Al-Jazmu. Okay, imsah. Okay, good. So the first one we talk about is Arraf, right? Alamat al-Raf. Alamat al-Raf. Number one, Al-Dhamma. وهي الأصلية. أصلية means original. It means it is the thing that is supposed to be, not anything else. But sometimes it will be impossible for it to exist. We bring something to replace it as a sign to it. Do you get it? So this is the original. Whenever something exists, a word exists which is supposed to be what do you call marfu', the sign for the raf'a is dhamma. It must be dhamma. But sometimes the dhamma cannot exist because of some issues that we will learn in the future, inshallah. If the dhamma can exist, they also have replacement. Some other issues, some other words to replace what? The dhamma. And these are the remaining of the three signs. What is the other one? Al-Waw, Al-Alif, An-Noon. What is the difference between Al-Alif and also Al-Alf? Alf, 1,000, right? Alif, harf, right? Okay, good. So don't say alf. When you say alf, then it will be 1,000 for the one who is listening to you. Do you get the difference? So this one we called it. This one they are what? An-Nawa'ib. Nawa'ib is jam'u na'ibin. Na'ib is a replacement. So Nawa'ib, you have a lot of Nawa'ib. There are three, so I call them Nawa'ib. is a plural of naib. Nawaib is a plural of naib. What is the meaning of plural in Arabic? Jam'. So nawaib jam'u naibin. Do you get it? Is that clear? Inshallah. Any question? Please look and ask before I move. Is that clear? Clear? Inshallah. So let us move to the last part of our lesson today, inshallah. This one needs from you, please, a bit of attention. Huh? It's easy and simple, but you just need a bit of attention. Now Sheikh is going to talk about the mawadi'u ad-dhamma, the places and the position where dhamma can exist. The places and the positions where dhamma can exist. Is that clear? The places and the positions where dhamma can exist. This is the mawadi' ad-dhamma. Mawadi'u ad-dhamma. قال فأما الضمة فأما الضمة فأما الضمة فأما الضمة فأما الضمة فتكون علامة للرفع Are you done with this? Okay. فتكون علامة للرفع في 4 مواضع. في 4 مواضع. في الاسم المفرد جمع التكسير جمع التكسير جمع المؤنث السالم جمع المؤنث السالم جمع المؤنث السالم والفعل المضارع الذي لم يتصل بآخره شيء. والفعل المضارع الذي لم يتصل بآخره شيء. So that's inshallah the last thing we will take today, inshallah. مواضع الضمة. مواضع جمع موضع is a plural of موضع, right? جمع موضع. The positions where Dhamma take place in. So we talk about Dhamma, right? Where does it take place? What type of word? Where can we find Dhamma? This is what the topic is going to be about. Where can we find a Dhamma? قال فأما الضمة فتكون علامة للرفع في أربعة مواضع. He says Dhamma takes place and Dhamma becomes the sign for the Rafa. You remember we talk about alamat al-Dhamma, we said how many alamat? أربع alamat, right? الضمة وهي الأصلية والواو والنون والألف, right? So now he starts with Dhamma. Dhamma is alama for al-Rafa in 4 places. So the Nuhat, they like 4. Everything is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 in this. So that you remember properly, right? So no excuse. Just mention 4. So Dhamma becomes the sign for the Rafa in how many places? 4. The first place is Al-Ism al-Mufrad. We will know about Ism al-Mufrad. The second place is Jam'u al-Taksir. We will know about Jam'u al-Taksir. The third place is Jam'u al-Mu'annath as-Salim. We will know about what is Jam'u al-Mu'annath as-Salim. The fourth place is Al-Fi'l al-Mudari' alladhi lam yattasil bi akhirihi shay'un. The fi'l for mudari', the one that is not connected, the last part of it is not connected with anything. That means it is pure fi'l mudari' without any zawa'id. Zawa'id means additional letters that can be connected to a word. We will learn about them inshallah in the future. So these are the positions, the places we can find Dhamma replacing what? Rafa. Dhamma becoming a sign for the Rafa. Dhamma becoming a sign of a Rafa. In how many places? 4. Number 1 is Al-Ism al-Mufrad, Jam'u al-Taksir, Jam'u al-Mu'annath al-Salim, and Al-Fi'l al-Mudari' alladhi lam yattasil bi akhirihi shay'un. Number 1 is Al-Ism al-Mufrad, Jam'u al-Taksir, Jam'u al-Mu'annath al-Salim, Al-Fi'l al-Mudari' alladhi lam yattasil bi akhirihi shay'un. Okay, let me take them one by one. Al-Ism al-Mufrad. مثلا رجل زيد رجل زيد. Rajul, Mufrad. Mufrad means one single entity. When I say Rajulani, 2. When I say Thalathatu Rijal, Jama, right. So Mufrad means single. Mufrad means alone, one single entity. So when I say Rajulun, Zaidun, Karimun, these are all Ismun Mufrad. What else? You can give us example. Hindun, Shajaratun, Fatimatun, and on and on. So he says Al-Ismu Al-Mufrad Kaish Karajul. Rajul is Ism, and also what? Mufrad. Rajul is Ism, and also what? Mufrad. Rajul is Ism, and also Mufrad means alone. Whenever we have ism mufrad, which is supposed to be marfu, what is the sign for the rafa? Ad-Dhamma. Please, please, please. It's very simple, right? Whenever we have ism mufrad, any ism mufrad, Ibrahim, Kareem, Bashir, Muhammadun, whenever we have ismun mufrad, which is supposed to be marfu, what is the sign for the rafa? Ad-Dhamma. Is it clear about this? Clear? Inshallah. Number 2, Jam'u Taksir. Any question about Ism al-Mufrad? Any question about Ism al-Mufrad? No question, right? قال محمد قال زيد قام محمد قامت هند قالت هند قالت فاطمة قالت كريمة قالت بشيرة. Any other name that is mufrad, which is supposed to be marfu', the alama for that rafa is what? Dhamma. Okay. Number 2, Jam'u Taksir. Jam'u Taksir will come. You get it? But I will just give you what he gave here, then we'll move inshallah. Jam'u Taksir وهو ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع تغيير بناء مفرده. That's the ta'rif. If I say Jam'u Taksir, this is the definition of Jam'u Taksir. Huh? ما دل ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع تغيير بناء مفرده. ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع تغيير بناء مفرده. مثال: الرجال. مثال الرجال. مثال آخر الأعراب. Okay. ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع تغير بناء مفرده. Whenever you hear a nahwi, somebody who talks about nahw, if he mentioned Jam'u Taksir, he's talking about ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر. Whatsoever shows, whatsoever indicates more than 3 or 3 and above. 3 and above things. Like if I say rajul, it shows how many people? 1 alone, right? When I say rajulani, 2. When I say rijal, from 3 and above. Al-jam'u fi al-lughat al-arabiyya, according to the Arabs, that's a vast majority of them. When they say jam'u, they're talking about 3 and above. Because they have a word for mufrad, and they have a word for what? For muthanna. Something that is 2, they have a separate word for it. So something that is 3 and above, they have also a word for it. This is what they call jam'u. So if it is not 3, if it is less than 3, they have another word for it. If it is less than 2, that means 1, they have another word for it. And if it is 3 and above, they have a word for it. This is what they call al-jam'u. Do you get the idea? Al-jam'u. So when we say ma dalla ala thalathatin, al-jam'u huwa ma dalla ala thalathatin, anything that indicates 3 and above. فأكثر means and above. مع تغير, you remember the word تغير, what does that mean? Change, right? In Arab it's تغير أواخر الكلمة لاختلاف العوامل الداخلة عليها. تغير means change. غير, he changed. يغير, he changed, or he's changing. غير, change, you're commanding somebody. This, whenever you have غير, غير means somebody else. غيره, somebody else. That is a change here. Instead of you, somebody else. So مع تغير البناء, بناء is a construction of the words, the building, the physical appearance of the word. مع تغير البناء مفرده. ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر, whatsoever shows 3 and above. And also at the same time the mufrad changes. When you have the jama', before it is mufrad, right? But now you make it jama'. When you have the jama', you change the construction and the component of the mufrad, or you added something. The way it is constructed, you change it to something else. It almost looks alike, but there are changes that are taking place in it. I will give you the example of the rijal. You see rijal asluhu rajul, like this. But when I say, let's say, remove the alif wal lam, rijalun. Rajul is the mufrad, true. But when I make it jama', I do not say rijalun. I said, I did not say rajulun. I said rijal. Did I change the construction of the mufrad? Yes. How was it? They will tell me that I added alif, right? That's the only thing. No, I even changed the sign also. This one is ra, and this one is ri. You get it? This one is ju, this one is ja. Do you get the idea? That's why they call it taksir, because taksir, to break something, to destroy it. So it's supposed to be like this, but I broke it. كأني كسرته. You get, as if I broke the word, so I call it jam'u taksir. Is that clear? I call it what? Jam'u taksir, because of the change that takes place in the mufrad. Contrary to what? Salim. Salim means the one that is not mukassar. Salim means salim, the one that is okay. So this one is sick, and the other one is okay, sahih. That's why you said al-mudhakkar salim, al-mu'annath salim. We're going to learn about this. Why do we call it salim? Because we don't have taksir in it. We maintain the words and the signs, they are maintained in it. We will see, inshallah. But here what I want you to understand is the definition given by the nuhat to address jam'u taksir. Any word that shows 3 and above, and also the building of the mufrad changes when we are constructing the jam' for it, we call it jam'u what? Taksir. Should I repeat? Any word that shows and indicates 3 and above, and at the same time also we change the building, the nature of the building of the mufrad. Mufrad means the singular form of it. We change it, you understand, by adding some other letters. We call it jam'u taksir. Is that clear? Like rijal, when we extract the jam'u for it, we say rijal. So you can see the change. It was ra, and then now ri. It was ju, now ja. There is no alif, we brought alif, we put inside. That's why we call it taksir, as if we break it into pieces. Do you get it? Likewise, Al-I'rab. Al-I'rab. Al-I'rab jam'u taksir. True or false? Yes. What is the mufrad for Arab? What is the mufrad for Arab? What is the mufrad for Arab? Okay, Arabiyun. Arabi. Okay. What is the mufrad? Arabi. Why is it taksir? Change. What is the change? What is the change? Huh? Do we add something here? What did we do? We removed the ya. So that's the reason why they call it taksir. Mukassar. Another example. Baytun. What is the jam for it? Buyut and Abiyat, huh? Jamu taksir or jam salim? Taksir also. You have buyut, you have baytun, you have buyutun, and you have abiyatun. All jamu taksir. Last example given by the author. أباعر جمع إيش؟ بعير. When you make the jam' for ba'ir, aba'ir, is it jam' taksir? Yes. See, it was ba'ir, but now aba'ir. Okay. I will repeat again before I move, inshallah. We have when we talk about when talking about the positions of Dhamma, how many positions we have? How many places that can the Dhamma can appear as a replacement for Rafa? 4. Al-Mufrad, Al-Ism al-Mufrad. The number 2 is Jam'u taksir. What is Jam'u taksir? ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع تغير بناء مفرده. What does that mean in English? Any word that indicates 3 and above, right? But the mufrad, the nature of the mufrad, the singular changes, right, when we construct the jama'. Is that clear? Sure. Please try understand it properly, because it will be easy for us in the future when we talk. You already know what we're talking about. ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع تغيير بناء مفرده. So any word that indicates 3 and above, and also when I construct the jama' from it, the mufrad encounter certain changes. So either by adding something or removing something. Either by adding something or removing something, or replacing something with something. Like the harakat, sometimes it is fatha, I make it dhamma, sometimes the dhamma, I make it kasra, something like that. So the point is, we call it taksir because we change the nature of the mufrad. Is that clear? We call it taksir because we change the nature of the mufrad. So any jama', plural, that you change the nature of the mufrad, we call it what? Jam'u taksir. We call it what? Jam'u taksir. The next one is Jam'ul Mu'annas As-Salim. Jam'ul Mu'annath As-Salim. Are you done with this? Inshallah. Okay, how do you define Jam'ul Muannas Salim? How do you define Jam'ul Muannas as Salim? You see, from here, ما ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر. This is the ta'rif, the definition of Jam' in Arabic. Any Jam', this is the definition. ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر. Any Jam'. When somebody asks you what is Jam' in Arabic, you tell him ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر. Whatsoever indicates 3 and above is Jam'. But we have types of Jam', right? جمع المؤنث السالم جمع المذكر السالم. You have جمع تكسير. You get it? So since we have types, then you have the addition here after this. But all of them, when you're defining a jam', they must have this part of the definition. But then afterward, you add something to differentiate between this one and the other one. So I have here ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر. This is the definition of jam' in general. Any kind of jam'. مع تغير بناء مفرده. Which type of jam' is this? Taksir. So if I want other than taksir, let's say the one that we're talking about here, muannas as-salim, do we have taghyir here? We don't have, right? Then you change this taghyir. You said مع سلامة بنائه. ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع سلامة بنائه أو مع سلامة بناء مفرده. كان also مع سلامة بناء مفرده. مع سلامة بناء مفرده. Okay, did you get it? So Jam'ul Muannath as-Salim ما دل على ثلاثة فأكثر مع سلامة بناء مفرده. Whatsoever shows and indicates 3 and above, and also the component of the mufrad are protected. We don't change them. We don't add, we don't change, we don't destroy, we don't reduce them. We keep them in the way they are. I'll give you an example, inshallah. Like the example here given to us is Hindun. How do you make jump for Hind? Hinduna. Hind, is it female or male? Yeah, if you say male, then we don't put it here because mu'annath means female. So mu'annath is female. So jam that indicate female gender. So jam'ul mu'annath as-salim ma dalla ala thalathatin fa'aksar ma'a salamati bina'i mufradihi. And he says mu'annath so that you will not bring mudhakkar. Mudhakkar is the male, right? Is that clear? So ma dalla ala thalathatin fa'aksar ma'a salamati bina'i mufradihi. So how do you make jam for Hindun? Hindun, you have Aishatun. You have Khadijatun. You have Fatimatun. These are the example he gives, huh? So how do we make jump for this? Okay, the first one, Hindun. Hindat, good. The second one, Aishat. It's very simple. The third one, Khadijat. Please talk. It's only one human being in the class. The remaining run away or what? Khadijat. Fatima? Fatimat. The mufrad is Fatima. Did we have the same thing in the Jama? Yes. Fatimat, Fatimatun, Fatimatun. You hear the same word, right? Not like Rajul, Rijal, different entity, right? Hindun, Hindatun, still the same word. I do not bring something to separate between two words. Aisha, Aishatun. Khadijatun, Khadijatun. Do you get it? That's why they call it Salim, because the bina, those we don't bring something to separate between two letters. We keep them in the way they are. Is that clear? That's why they call it Jam'u al-Muannas. What? Salim. Like Muslimatun, Muslimatun, Mu'minatun, Mu'minatun, Qanitatun, Qanitatun, Ta'ibatun, Ta'ibatun, and وما إلى ذلك. There is a very good and concise definition given by Sheikh for Jam'ul Mu'annas Salim. I think it's more accurate than this. Let me write it for you. Please don't start sleeping, huh? Okay. ما جمع بألف وتاء مزيدتين. ما جمع. We're talking about what? Jam'u al-Muannas as-Salim. The best and the most concise definition which give you the accurate meaning. This one is too general, but this one restricted it so much to be for the mu'annath, because this one, if I say ma dalla ala thalathin fa aksar ma'a salamati bina'i mufradihi, jam'ul mudhakkar salim also can be here. But if I say ma jumi'a bi alifin wa ta'in mazidatayn, whatsoever you construct the jam, the plural of it, by adding alif and ta. Mazidatayn means the one that you added, the additional. You get it. It is not part of the word originally. You added them. For example, if I say Muslimatun, Muslimatun, right? This is the original letters, right? When I say Muslimatun, this alif and ta, are they part of the word? No. The original part of the word is mim, lam, sin, mim. So when I bring ta and alif and ta, I put this as a sign for female, right? So I construct the jam' for Muslimun to address group of sisters who are Muslims. I say what? Muslimatun. Ma jumi'a bi alifin wa ta'in mazidatayn. Whatsoever I construct the jam' of it by adding alif wa lam. Mazidatayn means the one that are zawaid, means I brought them, they are not part of the word originally. Is that clear? Ma jumi'a, whatsoever we construct the jam' of it by adding alif and ta. Alif and ta, he says mazidatayn. Mazidatayn means we added them, they were not there from the beginning. We brought them from somewhere else. Is that clear? This is jam' al-mu'annath as-salim. Jam'u al-Muannath as-Salim. I have the word mu'minun. I want to have jam' for sisters who are mu'min. How do I say? mu'minatun. Did you bring alif wa ta at the end of it? Yes. I said katibun. Katibun. I want to have sisters who are katib. How do I say? Sisters, not sister. How do I say? Katibatun. You get it? Fa'ilun. Fa'ilatun. You see, at the end of every one of them, I bring alif and ta to indicate what? Female gender, right? To indicate that the one who is talking is a sister. That's why he says, Ma jumi'a bi alifin wa ta'in mazidatain. Ma jumi'a bi alifin wa ta'in mazidatain. Do you get it? Yeah. Any question? Any question? No question? So this one, leave it. I'm afraid if I add more, we'll forget whatever we studied. So I keep this. So please remember, when we come back on the 17th, the first 30 minutes we have a test or exam, or call it whatever you want to call it. And then the remainder of the time we will have the lesson, the fiqh lesson, and then inshallah later on we will continue from here, inshallah. Okay, let me summarize.
أنما هو إله واحد